Cosplay! Costume play. Dressing up as a character, acting as them, making a costume, buying a costume, becoming someone else for fun. I consider myself a casual cosplayer because I don't go to a lot of conventions where I dress up in costume. I usually do it during Halloween, and I don't spend a lot of money on my costumes, so I've never really made anything super elaborate. I would say the first time that I officially cosplayed was in the 2nd grade. I went as the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers, and we weren't allowed to wear our costumes all during the day. We had to change into them, I think, at lunch to do the costume parade. But during the day, I wore pink, like Kimberly wore, and I made this little bracelet, this little black bracelet to make it look like her communicator that they would use to kind of transform into their Power Ranger self. And now thinking about it, it really makes sense why I fell in love with Sailor Moon. Yep. The second time was when I was in the 6th grade and I was Sailor Moon. My mom found a pattern and she made the costume, but I hated my buns. The meatball head. Freshman year, I went as Rei Hino from Sailor Moon, but not as Sailor Mars, just her school girl uniform. I used spray hair color, not a wig, because this is before I really understood the beauty of wigs. The next time I cosplayed was for my own production of the musical Cats that I did when I was 14. And yes, that is still one of the things I'm most proud of about myself, because I made that happen, and it was great. And I was Mistopheles, my favorite character, and it was really, really fun. The next time I cosplayed was as Rogue from X-Men Evolution. I wore it to Anime Expo, and again, with the spray-on hair color. Oh. Next was my junior year of high school. I dressed up as the cat Jemima. It's still not like the best Cats costume I could have made, but it was pretty cool for the time. I was in drama, and we did this thing called the Drama Awards, and each year they were themed, and my junior year it was themed movies, so I decided to go as Arwen from Lord of the Rings. And for senior year Halloween, I dressed up as Lydia from the movie Beetlejuice. That's still one of my favorites. I love that movie. The second time I went to Anime Expo, I dressed up as the character Witch Baby from Francesca Bloch's series Dangerous Angels. And nobody knew who I was because it was a book character at an anime convention. Also to Anime Expo that year, I went as Jasmine, my 3rd favorite Disney princess at the time. I don't know why I didn't start with #1. Then I went as River to the premiere of Serenity film, and it was at the ArcLight in LA. And actually this isn't really a costume. This was just a dress I had, but I consider it a cosplay because I embodied the character and I was with a group all kind of half dressed up, basically things we found in our closet the night of to go as these characters, but we were acting, so it felt like cosplay. Then I was Hermione Granger to the movie premiere of, I think it was The Goblet of Fire. Then I was Catwoman for Halloween. Then I dressed up as Kaylee from Firefly / Serenity to Comic-Con, the first year I ever went. Another costume I wore to Comic-Con was Wendella from Spring Awakening. This is another musical cosplay, and people don't normally get musical cosplays at a comic book convention / media convention, so nobody really even thought I was in costume at all. But I knew, so that's what mattered. This one's one of my favorites, and I can't believe I actually made this costume with no pattern and just completely on my own. It's the Huntress from Justice League Unlimited. I think she's really great. She's probably one of my favorite characters from that show. It was a great costume, and it lasted a day because there was a lot of it that was glued, there was a lot of it that was velcroed. I think I have the pieces somewhere, but I don't know if I could salvage it to wear it again, but it was awesome. Also to that convention, I went as Molotov Cocktease from the Venture Bros. I think I have a thing for being sort of villain, femme fatale type characters. Huh. Then there's my Ariel costume, and I've worn this costume to Comic-Con more than 1 year. And one of the years, Jim went as Aquaman, and that was kind of our first couples cosplay we ever did. People stopped us every 5 minutes to take pictures on the vendor floor. The first year I went as her was fun, but the year that I went with Jim as Aquaman was like amazing. It was a great time. Here's a Halloween costume. I went as Delirium from Neil Gaiman's The Sandman, and that was a fun character to be because she's just so strange, and it was fun to just really weird people out on Halloween. Then I went as another character from Neil Gaiman's The Sandman, Death. This was worn to Comic-Con, super easy, but super great, and people loved it. Now this one was probably one of my most ambitious costumes I've ever done. It is the tightrope walker from the elevator scene in Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. Nobody knew who I was at Halloween. Hermione again to Halloween because it's easy to wear to work. I also went as Eevee, the Pokemon. I've been Shiloh from the final scene of Repo the Genetic Opera, Amy Pond from Doctor Who, Fiona from the gender bent episode of Adventure Time, Ramona Flowers, this one I actually did do a video on this channel of, kind of lookbook. I went as Vanellope once to a Disney themed costume party. One of my all-time favorite couple cosplays that me and Jim have ever done is Ellie and Ellen from Jurassic Park. John was Malcolm and Vince was our dinosaur, and it was so great and I loved it. Louise from Bob's Burgers, host the winner. Last but not least was last year's Halloween. I dressed up as Marion Ravenwood from Indiana Jones because everybody keeps telling me I look like her. I kind of made Jim be my Indiana Jones because he had the hat and shirt and he was basically my prop, and I'm sorry for doing that, Jim. If you want to see more pictures of my cosplay, I'll put a link below to my website where you can go look at all the pictures and read more about the process of making them and everything like that. And yeah, casual cosplayer here, not a pro, and not ever probably gonna be a pro, but wait till I have kids because boy will they have the best Halloween costumes, trust me. I can't wait. I want one to be baby Toby and then I can go as Jareth because Jareth is so beautiful. Aren't you? Hurry back. Be sure to subscribe to see more videos and share them if you like.